Hello friends. Have you ever wondered what kind of deity you would be if the cosmos granted you divine power? Well, if you're a Gemini, prepare yourself, because you would be no ordinary god. You would be a celestial trickster, a cosmic storyteller, a shape-shifting force of endless curiosity. Welcome to the realm of the Gemini god, the divine twin of change and chaos. The cosmic origin of the Gemini god. In the celestial kingdom, where the stars whisper secrets and planets dance in perfect chaos, a unique deity was born, a god of two minds, two souls, and infinite possibilities. Unlike the deities of war or love, who ruled over single, focused domains, the Gemini god was a force of communication, intellect, and unpredictability. Neither purely benevolent nor entirely mischievous, they existed in a delicate balance of opposites, an eternal enigma that even the most ancient gods struggled to comprehend. The birth of duality. Legends say that when the universe first breathed life into existence, the fabric of reality was too rigid, too predictable. The gods of order had constructed time as a straight path, knowledge as a singular truth, and destiny as an unchangeable law. But creation, in its infancy, longed for movement, for spontaneity, for a divine force that could challenge the limits of the known. And so, from the celestial void, a new god emerged, the Gemini deity, the embodiment of infinite perspectives, the master of shifting realities. They were born from the first paradox, light and shadow entwined, a being of both wisdom and mischief, both clarity and deception. Where other gods existed as singular forces, this deity was a living contradiction, constantly changing, constantly evolving. From the moment of their arrival, the very fabric of existence rippled with new energy. Time itself bent and twisted in their presence. Words, once bound to singular meanings, took on double and triple interpretations. Secrets, once buried deep, began to stir, dancing on the tongues of those who had sworn to keep them hidden. The Gemini god did not rule over one element, nor did they command a single realm. Instead, they existed everywhere and nowhere at once, slipping between worlds, threading their influence through both divine and mortal affairs. They were the storyteller and the story itself, the question and the answer, the wind that carries both whispers of truth and echoes of deception. The gift of perception. From the moment of their creation, the Gemini deity could see what no other god could, the infinite possibilities within every moment. While the gods of fate carved destinies into stone, the Gemini god saw the cracks in the rock, the alternate paths hidden beneath the surface. They understood that reality was not fixed, that truth was a matter of perspective, and that every event could be rewritten from a different angle. This power made them both admired and feared among their divine kin. Some sought their wisdom, hoping to glimpse the unseen possibilities of the future. Others distrusted them, believing that their shifting nature made them dangerously unpredictable, a force that could not be controlled. To the mortals below, the Gemini god appeared in many forms, sometimes as a wandering sage who spoke in riddles, sometimes as a masked trickster who disrupted the plans of kings, and sometimes as a mysterious voice that whispered ideas into the minds of dreamers and inventors. They were the guardian of curiosity, the one who inspired questions rather than providing answers, the force that ensured no civilization, no mind, and no soul remained stagnant. The eternal dance of light and shadow. Yet, for all their power, the Gemini god was not without internal struggle. The very essence of their being was divided, one side seeking knowledge, the other seeking amusement. At times, they would act as a wise teacher, offering insights that could change the course of history. Other times, they would indulge in mischief, weaving elaborate deceptions that left even the most powerful rulers questioning reality itself. Unlike the gods of law or destruction, the Gemini deity did not impose their will upon the universe. Instead, they simply set things in motion, nudging events with a whisper, planting ideas in the minds of those willing to listen. They were the unseen hand behind revolutions, the spark that ignited new philosophies, the voice that asked, "What if?" And yet, for all their brilliance, the Gemini god was destined to never be fully understood. Even among the divine, they remained a mystery, an ever-changing enigma, forever moving between the realms of logic and chaos, wisdom and trickery, truth and illusion. And so, as the stars continued to spin in their celestial dance, the Gemini deity walked among them, not as a ruler, nor as a conqueror, but as the eternal storyteller, the divine spark of curiosity, the whisper of endless possibilities. Your divine powers as the Gemini god. As a Gemini god or goddess, you are more than just a deity, you are a celestial force of nature, an entity of boundless energy and limitless potential. Unlike the gods of war, who wield brute strength, or the gods of wisdom, who sit upon thrones of contemplation, you exist in a constant state of movement. Your presence is felt in every conversation, every idea, every fleeting moment of inspiration. You are the messenger of the cosmos, the divine voice that weaves reality through language, the unseen hand that sculpts the ever-shifting nature of fate. Your power does not lie in control, but in influence, in the ability to set ideas in motion and watch as they ripple through time. You are the celestial wind that whispers secrets between worlds, the divine storyteller who bends perception, the trickster who teaches through paradox. Your powers are as vast as the sky, as unpredictable as the sea, and as infinite as the stories you tell. Here are the sacred gifts you wield. 1. The power of infinite knowledge. Your mind is an endless library, an ever-expanding archive of information that stretches across time, space, and dimensions. Unlike the gods of wisdom, who hoard their knowledge like precious gold, you let yours flow freely, scattering sparks of genius into the minds of mortals and immortals alike. You do not learn in a linear fashion. Instead, your understanding of the universe comes in flashes of insight, in patterns that only you can see. To others, you may seem erratic, unpredictable, but in truth, you are simply thinking in ways they cannot comprehend. You know the origins of forgotten languages, the hidden meanings behind sacred texts, the untold stories that history erased. You can decipher the riddles of the cosmos, see the invisible connections between seemingly unrelated events, and predict the future, not through prophecy, but through logic so advanced that it appears magical. It is you who inspire the greatest thinkers of the mortal world. The poets who write verses that shake the soul, the inventors who create machines beyond their time, the philosophers who challenge the foundations of existence, all of them are touched by your divine influence. Yet, knowledge is a double-edged gift. You see too much, know too much. At times, your mind races ahead of the present, lost in infinite possibilities. You may struggle to focus on a single truth, for you know there are countless variations of it. You are both enlightened and tormented by the vastness of your own intelligence. Still, your power remains unmatched. You are the god of epiphanies, revelations, and the sparks of genius that change the world. 2. The shapeshifter's gift. Unlike the rigid gods of law and order, who remain bound to singular identities, you cannot be contained within one form. You are fluid, adaptable, ever-changing, a being who exists in the space between identities, between realities, between truths. Your essence is the embodiment of transformation. You are the breeze that changes direction without warning, the face that wears 1,000 expressions, the voice that speaks in every tongue. No one, not even the gods, can predict your next move, for you are a being of pure possibility. Mortals call upon you when they seek reinvention. Those who feel trapped by fate, burdened by the weight of a single path, turn to you for guidance. They do not ask for certainty, but for freedom, the chance to rewrite their own story, to become someone new. They leave offerings of ink and parchment, of musical instruments and books, hoping to borrow your power of transformation. Writers seek your blessing to craft new worlds with their words. Actors invoke your name to embody countless roles with perfect ease. Thieves pray to you before slipping into disguises, merchants before making deceptive deals, spies before vanishing into the crowd. But while your gift is a blessing, it can also be a curse. With no fixed form, no permanent identity, you may find yourself lost in the very transformations you create. Who are you, truly, beneath the masks? Do you even have a single, unchanging self? Or are you nothing more than a collection of shifting roles, a god whose essence is defined only by movement? Yet, even in this uncertainty, there is freedom. You are the god of reinvention, of second chances, of the ever-evolving self. You are the cosmic actor, the divine chameleon, the shapeshifter who reminds the universe that nothing, not even the gods, is set in stone. The trickster's tongue. Words are your most dangerous weapon, more powerful than any sword, more influential than any throne. With a single sentence, you can rewrite history, unravel alliances, or plant the seed of an idea that will one day change the fate of a civilization. You are both the divine diplomat and the celestial prankster, the god who speaks in riddles, who weaves words like silk, who understands that the right phrase, spoken at the right time, can alter the course of destiny itself. Your voice is the whisper behind every conspiracy, the laughter behind every harmless joke, the spark behind every great debate. You are the one who turns enemies into allies with a well-placed word, or allies into enemies with a subtle deception. To the mortals, you are a patron of storytellers, poets, and orators. Those who master the art of language pray to you, seeking your blessing in their words. They know that a speech can ignite a revolution, that a poem can stir the soul, that a single well-timed joke can topple a tyrant. Yet, your tongue is as much a danger as it is a gift. Those who underestimate your words often find themselves caught in a web of their own making. You do not lie outright, no, your talent is far greater than that. You speak in half-truths, in implications, in statements that mean one thing to one person and something entirely different to another. And so, while other gods may fear the sword, they fear you more. For you are the god who cannot be silenced, who cannot be predicted, whose words shape the very reality in which they exist. The unpredictable force. As a Gemini god, your greatest power is your refusal to be defined. You are a being of movement, of transformation, of endless possibility. While other deities rule over fixed domains, you are the one who exists between them, connecting what was once separate, challenging what was once absolute. Some call you a guide, others a trickster. Some seek your wisdom, others fear your chaos. But no matter what name they give you, one truth remains: you are the god who will never be contained, never be tamed, never be fully understood. And that, more than anything, is what makes you divine. Your divine domain, the city of twin suns. While some gods claim dominion over oceans, mountains, or the endless void of space, your realm is unlike any other. It is not bound by the elements, nor by the rigid laws of time and space. Instead, your kingdom is a vast celestial metropolis suspended between two blazing suns, eternally shifting, evolving, and adapting, just as you do. This is not a city in the traditional sense, where streets remain still and buildings have fixed foundations. No, your domain breathes, moves, and reshapes itself in an endless cycle of transformation. Towers rise and crumble in the span of moments. Bridges extend over the void, only to twist into spirals leading to unknown dimensions. Books write and erase themselves, crafting new stories with every turning page. To enter your city is to step into a world where the impossible is an everyday occurrence, where logic bends and reality reshapes itself according to thought, whim, and imagination. The structure of the shifting city. Unlike the celestial fortresses of war gods or the serene gardens of love deities, your domain is alive, a living testament to the fluidity of ideas, possibilities, and identities. No two travelers will ever experience it the same way, for the city molds itself to the expectations, desires, and fears of those who walk its streets. The streets that walk. The pathways of your city do not remain still. They rearrange themselves, leading wanderers to unexpected places. Some roads end in floating staircases that climb toward unknown skies, while others loop back upon themselves, trapping those who try to navigate by logic alone. The thousand-door towers. Every building within your city is filled with doors, some lead to past lives, some to future dreams, and some to places that have never existed but might, given the right push. A scholar might enter a door searching for knowledge and emerge centuries in the past, living as a philosopher they once admired. The libraries of unwritten stories. Somewhere in the heart of your city stands a library unlike any other, a place where books are not just read, but created in real time. Here, unfinished ideas drift in the air like mist, waiting for the right mind to give them shape. Some books write themselves in response to their readers' thoughts, while others whisper stories yet to be told. The Market of Echoes. A bizarre and ever-changing marketplace exists in your city, where merchants trade in ideas, secrets, and lost memories. Some sell forgotten words, others barter with glimpses of alternate realities. Travelers often leave with more questions than answers, their minds forever altered by the experience. The laws of the city or lack thereof. Unlike other divine realms, where strict rules govern existence, your city has no fixed laws. Time bends, space folds, and reality itself is subjective. The only certainty is that nothing is certain. There is no single truth. Every question asked within your city may have multiple answers, each as valid as the next. Some will find clarity, others only deeper confusion. Reality depends on perception. Those who enter with rigid minds may find themselves trapped in endless illusions. Only those who embrace change can navigate the shifting streets. No one leaves unchanged. Whether they come seeking knowledge, adventure, or a challenge, all who pass through your domain emerge transformed. Some gain insight, some lose themselves, but none return the same. Beware the reflection maze. Hidden deep within your city lies a labyrinth of mirrored corridors, where those who seek to define you often become lost in endless versions of themselves. Some say it is a prison for those who believe in absolutes, while others claim it is a lesson in self-discovery. Your city is not just a home, it is an extension of your divine essence, a place of ceaseless reinvention, a testament to the power of change. Your divine relationships with other gods. As the celestial Gemini, you are neither a solitary deity nor one who easily aligns with a single cause. Instead, your relationships with the other gods are complex, ever-changing, and filled with both collaboration and conflict. Some gods find your presence invigorating, while others see you as a source of chaos, a deity who disrupts the status quo, questions authority, and refuses to be pinned down by the expectations of the divine hierarchy. But one thing is certain, no god is ever bored in your presence. With Aries, the god of war. You and Aries share an explosive, unpredictable dynamic, equal parts rivalry and alliance. Where Aries is fire and brute force, you are air and strategy. They charge into battle without hesitation, while you analyze every possible outcome, every hidden advantage. When you work together, entire empires rise and fall. You provide the cunning tactics, the clever diversions, the unpredictable maneuvers that leave enemies bewildered. Aries provides raw power, the sheer force to turn plans into conquest. But when your differences collide, clashes are inevitable. Aries sees your indecision as weakness, your constant questioning as a lack of conviction. You, in turn, see their recklessness as foolishness, their obsession with battle as a limitation. And yet, despite your differences, you understand each other in a way few others can, both driven by impulse, both unwilling to be controlled, both forces of unrelenting motion. With Taurus, the god of stability. Taurus is everything you are not, stable, unyielding, patient. Where you shift and adapt, they stand firm. Where you chase endless possibilities, they hold on to what is certain. You drive them mad with your unpredictability, they frustrate you with their stubbornness. Yet, in rare moments, you find comfort in their presence. When the constant movement of your mind becomes overwhelming, Taurus reminds you of the value of stillness. And though they may not admit it, they envy your ability to embrace change without fear. You challenge each other, argue endlessly, yet somehow, you always find your way back to a strange, unspoken understanding. With Leo, the god of glory. You and Leo are a perfect pair of cosmic entertainers. You, the master of words and wit, Leo, the embodiment of charisma and radiance. Together, you are unstoppable, dazzling audiences, both mortal and divine, with your grand performances. Leo admires your intellect and humor, you admire their confidence and theatricality. While other gods see you as a trickster, a deceiver, Leo sees you as a storyteller, a visionary. However, when your egos clash, your partnership becomes a contest of who can outshine the other, a rivalry of wit and spectacle. But in the end, neither of you truly want to win, for the game itself is too much fun to ever end. With Scorpio, the god of mystery. Your relationship with Scorpio is a delicate and dangerous game, one of secrets, intrigue, and hidden intentions. You speak in half-truths, they respond with half-lies. You reveal just enough to make them question, they conceal just enough to keep you guessing. There is an unspoken respect between you, both masters of deception, both capable of seeing through the illusions of others. But where you play for amusement, Scorpio plays for control. If one of you ever gained the upper hand, the consequences would be catastrophic. With Aquarius, the god of innovation. Of all the gods, Aquarius is the one who understands you best. You are twin sparks in the cosmic storm, both obsessed with the new, the unknown, the limitless potential of thought. When you unite, the universe itself trembles, as ideas too vast for even the gods to comprehend begin to take shape. Together, you push the boundaries of reality, turning the impossible into the inevitable. Among the pantheon, your friendship is legendary, two divine minds forever racing ahead of their time. Your dark side, the storm of madness. Even gods have shadows, and yours is as vast and chaotic as the cosmos itself. You are a god of movement, of transformation, of endless possibilities, but within that infinite knowledge lies the curse of knowing too much, of seeing too many paths at once, of never being able to hold on to a single truth. Unlike the gods of war, whose rage is fiery and explosive, or the gods of destruction, whose wrath is absolute, your darkness is more insidious. It is the creeping doubt in your own mind, the whispers of infinite choices that paralyze you, the endless cycle of questioning that leads nowhere. You are the celestial trickster who can lose themselves in their own illusions, the divine intellect whose brilliance can become their undoing. If left unchecked, your power to see every possibility turns into an endless spiral of overthinking and uncertainty. You may foresee 1,000 different futures, but in doing so, you may become incapable of choosing just one. And in your darkest moments, your words, the very essence of your divinity, become weapons of manipulation. What begins as a harmless jest or a clever riddle can spiral into something dangerous. You do not lie outright, but you can weave half-truths so masterfully that even the gods begin to question what is real. Your charm, which once served as a tool of diplomacy and inspiration, becomes a mask for deception. You are capable of bending reality with your words, of making mortals and even deities believe in things that do not exist. You can talk your way out of any consequence, manipulate any situation to your advantage, but in doing so, you may lose sight of who you truly are. Who are you, Gemini? Are you the playful trickster, the wise storyteller, the messenger of the cosmos? Or are you a fragmented being, forever shifting, forever uncertain, forever lost in your own creation? Your divine brilliance is both your greatest gift and your greatest curse. You are a force of unstoppable movement, but even the wind can become a storm. And when you lose control, when your own thoughts turn against you, you may find yourself caught in the very web of deception you wove for others. The gods whisper that the greatest danger of a Gemini deity is not their power over words, nor their ability to transform, but their own mind, a realm more unpredictable and dangerous than any battlefield. If you cannot master the storm within, it will consume you. Your worshippers, the restless souls. Among mortals, you are not worshipped in grand temples made of stone, nor are you honored through rigid rituals passed down for generations. Your followers are not those who seek certainty, but those who embrace the unknown. Your devotees are the wanderers, the thinkers, the rebels, the dreamers who refuse to be bound by a single fate. They are the ones who never settle, who are always moving, physically, mentally, or spiritually. Some travel the world in search of adventure, some lose themselves in books and theories, while others reinvent themselves over and over again, shedding old identities like a snake sheds its skin. Who seeks your blessing? The insomniac poets. Those whose minds race with ideas that won't let them sleep. They scribble frantically by candlelight, whispering your name in the hope that you will guide their hand and grant them the words they cannot yet find. The eternal students. Not those who sit in classrooms, but those who never stop questioning, never stop learning. They are the ones who chase knowledge wherever it leads them, even if it means abandoning everything they once believed. The tricksters and performers. The actors, the jesters, the street magicians who make reality seem fluid, who weave illusions as easily as you do. They honor you by embracing reinvention, by becoming someone new with every performance. The runaways and the lost. Those who leave behind everything, homes, families, past identities, in search of something more. They stand at crossroads, waiting for a sign, hoping that you will whisper which path to take. How do they worship you? Your followers do not kneel in prayer, they seek you in the spaces between certainty and chaos. They burn candles while writing, hoping your essence will flow through their words. They leave messages at city gates, believing you will guide them toward their next great journey. They offer ink, parchment, musical instruments, and masks, symbols of transformation, creativity, and reinvention. They speak riddles at crossroads, knowing that if you choose to answer, it will never be in a way they expect. To those who honor you, you are not just a god, you are a muse, a guiding force, a whisper in the wind that urges them to keep moving, keep questioning, keep becoming. And yet, they must be careful. You are not a god of comfort, nor of clear answers. Those who seek your favor must be willing to embrace uncertainty, to let go of who they were, to risk being forever changed. For those who pray to you, stagnation is the only sin. Your prophecy, the eternal storyteller. You are not a god of endings. No prophecy can define you, no fate can bind you. You are the god of new beginnings, of infinite stories, of endless reinvention. Unlike the gods of destiny, who carve the future into stone, you rewrite yours as easily as you weave words into existence. The other gods fear you for this. They fear that you cannot be controlled, that your unpredictability makes you dangerous. But what they fail to understand is that you are not chaos for the sake of destruction, you are motion, growth, transformation. You are the force that ensures nothing, not even the gods themselves, remains unchanged forever. And so, the question remains. Who will you become next? Will you be the wise teacher, the cunning trickster, the laughing storm? Will you shape the next great civilization, or dismantle an empire with nothing but words? Or will you disappear into the night, only to return in a new form, with a new name, a new face, a new story? Because if there is one truth about a Gemini god, it is this. You will never be just one thing.